Fight and talk back again into the. I'm delighted to say I'm joined by Dean Trueman ahead of his bout against Yassine Belhadj as part of Cage Warriors. The trilogy strikes back on Cage Warriors 119. Dean, thanks for your time here tonight, mate. How things been? It's been a little while.
Yeah, past year or so has not been the best year of my life, but everything's on the up now, and I'm looking forward to fighting again.
When you do make the walk, I think it'll be about 14 months since we last seen you in the Cage Warriors cage. I know you've made a lot of changes. We're moving up a weight division as well. Can you sort of talk us through some of the changes that you've made and your decision ultimately to move up to lightweight?
Well, the main reason is my last two fights, the weight cuts just got harder and harder. And for me, after the last fight, I was on holiday a week or so later. And I just thought, if I fight again, I ain't doing it. I ain't doing that weight cut. I was not willing to do it. So I spoke to Jimmy and my other coaches and decided to go for lightweight. I said, that's the only way you'll get me fighting again.
So was there a consideration potentially then for you to sort of hang up the gloves after that last one, and if you couldn't have then moved to lightweight?
Yeah, to be honest, I think if the only card on the table was featherweight, I'd just concentrated on my work, and that weight cut is just too much. It physically and mentally drained me.
You mentioned that as well, concentrating on your work. You do work full time as well. How hard is it to juggle being a professional fighter and working full time?
It's hard, but it sort of keeps you grounded and keeps you hungry. I mean, when I won the bout and I was not working so much and I was just concentrating on fighting, there's a lot of added pressure. I was sort of making fighting my career. So there's a lot of added pressure there. But now I'm working and enjoying training again. More than anything, I think that's it. I'm enjoying training. It's not a chore. So I go to work and I look forward to training. And the days that I have off, I look forward to going to the gym on them days. But yeah, it's hard. It's hard, but it makes you realise how much you want it. Because, you can step back and say, I ain't going to the gym tonight. I don't want to fight. I've got my job. I work. I earn money. So why am I doing this? But because I love it and I enjoy it that much, it makes you realise how much you enjoy it. So you go to work, you think, yeah, I want to do this. And you put that extra time in and all that work.
How important, I guess, was it for you to almost reset that mindset and get back to enjoying competing, enjoying the training side of things when you did sort of go on a bit of a lull?
Just stopped training and concentrated on work, and then sort of got a bit of a buzz back and thought, I'm going to go to the gym tonight. And then thought, yeah, I remember why I do it now. To enjoy it.
And that
was it, really.
Sorry, go on.
Say again.
Yeah, and now we are up at lightweight, of course, and it's a permanent move. What do you make of that division? Because it's looking pretty stacked at the minute.
Yeah, there's some legit legit fighters at lightweight. But in all honesty, I've not had a massive look at the lightweight division as a whole. I sort of just taking it one fight at a time. But I know that the vacant belt is on the line, same like our fight.
Yep.
So I'll be keeping my eye on that. I still don't think I'm too many wins away from a title shot. Being the former champ, a couple of wins surely sees me back up for some kind of contention. So hopefully, I'm going to take it one fight at a time. End of next year, middle of I'll be looking at a title shot or title contention again.
This trilogy, of course, again, behind closed doors. I know you've had quite a long fight career now. Have you ever fought behind closed doors before or in circumstances like this?
Never. I've never fought behind closed doors. So this is going to be a bit of a bit of a strange one, but I'm kind of looking forward to it. There's no added pressure running around selling tickets, and that's a fucking job in itself. So there's none of that. It's all added pressure. I think this time it's go out there, do the job. Don't have to worry about any crowds and anything like that. Get the job done and celebrate Christmas.
If we look at your opponent now, Yassine Belhadj, crazy legs, of course. I'm sure French fans will be delighted to say that you faced another one of their countrymen. What sort of fight? What sort of fight are you expecting from him?
I know he's very flicky, very taekwondo-y. But he's not a massive aggressor. He's gonna sort of keep his distance, spin a bit, some of that fancy stuff. But when I'm on top of you, punching you in the air, it's a different story. As for the French, I love them, all of them, every one of them, even my former opponents.
You do mention former opponents there, Dean. I mean, you have faced the who's who. You've faced Morgan Charrier. You've faced the likes of Mads Burnell. I mean, where do you rank Belhaj in terms of difficulty of opponent?
I fought better. I beat better. That's all I can really say on that. You know what? There's not that much footage of him. His last Cage Warriors fight against Jack Grant. You can't really take a lot from that because it was so short. From what I have seen, he seemed quite durable. He's quite durable. He's game for a fight. But I do believe that I have fought better opponents than him.
You'd say there about there not being much footage on him. How much does that change you and your team's strategy going into this, and more focusing maybe on what you can do as opposed to what you can expect to see from an opponent?
We'll just focus on what I need to do and where I am strongest. We know he's a kicker, he's a kickboxer. So let's play to our strengths that are going to defeat that. and the kind of style that I should be doing, I should have done in the Morgan fight, a bit more MMA, rather than thinking I'm a striker now, I should have mixed my wrestling in there and up and down a little bit more. So we'll be looking to do that in this fight.
You mentioned your training team before, of course, with the likes of Jimmy Wallhead, Dan Hardy, at Hardy Wallhead. What's the vibe like in the gym with the pros at the minute? I know these are restricted to a bubble, but what's been like getting that training in, being able to get back in there, and how much of they sort of help and even possibly mentored on your return to the cage after this 14-month spell?
Yeah, I've not seen much of Dan lately, but Jimmy's been there all the time. He's always there when I need him. As for the gym at the minute, it's all a bit funny with the training and all that. But as for the team's great. I've got a great bunch of people around me that are helping. I've been doing a lot with Jimmy and another guy, a guy called Josh Hamilton, who's a high-level kickboxer, high-level boxer. Been doing a lot of rounds with him and Jimmy. And look, who better to be a training partner than Jimmy Wallhead? You know what I mean? If you can win anything or any little win against him is a massive win against somebody else in my books. So I've done a lot with him and Josh, which has been horrible training, but fucking really good. And then I've got a lot of training partners. A boxing coach, Alan Whitten, and been doing a lot with Jack Grant. Yeah, I've got a great team around me. It's me that goes in the cage at the end of the day, isn't it?
Yeah, it absolutely is. And you mentioned going into the cage there. This trilogy, how good? I mean, sorry, I think we're getting a bit of a problem here just with the internet. Just give me a second. Yeah. So the trilogy too. I mean, how important is that for the likes of yourself and all the other athletes on the Cage Warriors card to get a run out again before Christmas? I mean, some of them would have featured on that card back in September. I mean, from like a standpoint of you being an athlete and wanting to compete, just how good is it for them to be on the show again?
I mean, it keeps a bit of normality. You know, I'm for the training, for the fight, the coaches, keep and then obviously the viewers, people are going to be watching. It's a little bit normal to their Saturday night or Thursday, Friday, Saturday night in this case. So I think that's what's driving a lot of these fights to keep some a little bit sane, training as normal, as opposed to sitting and doing nothing because they can't go to the gym, they can't go to work or whatever. So it's really keeping normality in people's lives, I think.
The news, of course, broke this week, and I know you won't be looking past this fight in December, but Graham Boylan has now been sort of registered as a promoter out in the California athletic state. I mean, the fight in America, how would that sound?
Well, to be honest, I love America. I've never been to California. And I'm signed to Cage Warriors. It'd be quite nice, wouldn't it, to be honest? I think for Cage Warriors, it's massive that, you know, it just cements their place as the greatest European show out there, I think. And Vic Boylan's doing a lot of the right things right now, you know, getting the government back in for the shows, doing things like that, and the California Commission, massive for Cage Warriors, isn't it? And the fighters on it. It's such big exposure for the fighters on Cage Warriors.
Finally, Dean, if we go back to this fight, if people haven't seen the Dean Trueman fight, what can they expect from this new lightweight?
They're going to see a new lease of life. That's a fact. My last two fights, I looked weak. I looked slow. So they're going to see a quicker Dean, a more sharp, on the ball, aggressive Dean, stronger, bigger, stronger. You know, that weight cut took so much out of me. Like the ways I lost that last fight or the last two fights is where I'm strongest in the gym. And I do that weight cut and I feel weak. So, you know, you're going to feel re-energized, you could say. And I'm going to feel fitter. So it's going to be 110% from the start. From as soon as that bell goes, it's going to be me being the aggressive little bastard I used to be.
It sounds good, and we'll look forward to seeing it, Dean. Thank you very much for your time tonight, mate.
Can I give some sponsors a shout out?
Yeah, absolutely, go for it.
I've got a few new sponsors. I've got Cash Monkey, Capital Civils, Midland Access and Construction, CBD Life, PDL Fabrication, Subguard, Henry George Menswear. And if I forgot anybody, I apologise. But see a few new sponsors on board, which is helping me out massively, you know. I appreciate the support as always. And
actually, just before we go, how important is that, like the likes of sponsors and stuff, for somebody like yourself to help you get through a fight camp?
You know, it's massive because people don't realise, you know, just having days off work and things like that, how much it accounts for. If you add it all up for the fight camp, you know, you make nothing for the fight. You know, and then you got your medicals. They're a lot of money. So it just helps you get through the training camp without killing yourself financially. And like I say, then the sponsors that are on board with me, they've been so good to me over the years. And the new sponsors helping me out massively, especially with all this COVID stuff. You know, you lose a lot of money because you don't sell no tickets. So the help that they're giving me and the support is absolutely amazing. And I can't thank them enough, to be honest.
Just before we go, then, if a company does want to get on board and want to sponsor you, how best to get in contact with you?
Yeah, just drop me a message, either Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram. That's the best way, and I'll always reply. But you're more than welcome to join the team.
It's fine. Dean, thank you very much for your time, mate.